Hey guys, welcome back to Tight Ship Mama. I am tossing in a video today that is just really more for my pleasure. And I know there's a lot of you that love my thrifted style and how I decorate and incorporate it into my home. So I'm going to show you today what I picked up on our vacations this summer. So our first vacation, we went out to a dude ranch in Wyoming, and our second vacation, we went to the beach. So first vacation, we flew out to Wyoming, and I love the style of the West. And my husband and I are putting on a covered patio. You've seen my big, huge, massive backyard patio. We are completely gutting it next year and redoing it, and we're going to have a covered portion of it with a fireplace, and it's going to be the Riverstone stonework going up the fireplace. So we're kind of designing it to be like our mountain house. So that's what I was thinking when I was out in Wyoming, was like, what can I get to decorate our patio or kind of like bring in that style to our house here in Pennsylvania. So, I love a bargain, and one of the ways I decorate my home with original works of art is I go thrifting. There is beautiful artwork out there in the West, and a lot of what I was looking at was $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and they're gorgeous. I'll admit it, but we're just not there in our life, nor will we ever probably spend that money when we are there. So I do like to pick up some local stuff though, just to like have a flavor of that area. But the thing is, when you're going somewhere like that, think saddles, think cowboy hats, that sort of thing. But that's what the local people have too. So where does the local people end up with their stuff? At the thrift stores, right? So of course I'm going to go thrifting when I go on vacation, because that's where you find the bargains. All right, I'm going to show you here. I'm unpacking. I'm not one of those like YouTubers like, oh, let's have a package opening party or whatever. But it just so happens I haven't had a chance to open my packages from Wyoming yet. So I'm going to see them for the first time in a few weeks along with you. And the first thing that comes out of here is my husband's cowboy hat that he bought. This was not a bargain, but we shipped it home because he didn't feel like wearing it home. And this is another kid's cowboy hat that we did not buy out west. We bought it here in Pennsylvania and just didn't want to carry that home. All right, so first thing, I'm just going to pull out what I find out first, okay? So we went to a dude ranch and we rode horses for the whole week. I highly recommend it. It was the most fun, and it was such a nice break for the moms because there was childcare and there was all the meals prepared. And so one of the very first things I purchased was okay, sorry, I got interrupted by a kid. Anyway, under the saddles, they would place these types of blankets. And so I found this in a thrift store in the closest town, which was a half an hour away. So this is a saddle blanket, and this is going to go under the horse's saddle. And I paid $25 for this. Now, to purchase them new, you can find them on Etsy. Vintage ones can run upwards of $600-$700. So this is all wool. I absolutely love it. And what I'm going to do with this is probably put it on the floor in front of the fireplace on our patio. So that's how I'm going to decorate with that, which means it's going to go hang out in my house for probably a year until our patio is done, because we are having a hard time getting workers. So like the rest of the country, they can't have the help they need. So I bought that in town at like the first thrift store. And what else? What else do we have here? Ooh la la. Okay, cool. This is what I wanted to show you next. Okay, same thrift store in town. So when I say in town, I mean the pricey thrift store, right? And this was also in the window. And you know me, one of the things I thrift for is original works of art, and I thrift for blue and white pottery. chinoiserie, the things I love. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to explain the shipping home process to you as well in case you are wondering how in the world does she do this. All right. So this was also $25 at the local thrift store. Again, that's a little bit pricey for what I normally pay for original art around here, but this was a local artist from the town where we were staying. Her address is on the back of the painting and everything, so you can't do any better than that, right? Like, I just love it. So that was the scenery of Wyoming, and if you guys watched some of the videos while I was out there, you might recognize that kind of landscape. So I got this guy, and that's probably going to go in my TV room where I like to switch up my artwork. Love that. Love it. Okay. So before I went into town, I did a little research because, I have another thing from that thrift store, but I think it's in the other box. I did a little research, and all you have to do is really go onto your phone and go into Safari and just type in the name of the town where you are and thrift stores. That's it, and you'll get a list of thrift stores. But fortunately, where I bought that painting and the saddle blanket, they had a nice little map with the other thrift stores in town that you could follow. But I had already done a little bit of research, and I Googled, the thrift stores, and the one came up with a review that said, hands down, best thrift store I have ever been to in the country. So I was like, okay, I need to go there. So we were out in Wyoming with 18 of us. So people were in town. They were like doing the thing in town, stopping for drinks, doing whatever. So, I thought, oh, well, I don't want to ask my husband to drive me to the thrift store. I'll just walk. So on the map, it looked like it was about 10 blocks away. And I thought, I can do that. No worries, right? And it was closing soon. So I set out on foot to find this thrift store. And when I found it, it was like in a residential neighborhood. It was so funny. It was just like stuff spilling out of this thrift store, right? I got to show you this. You're going to crack up when you hear this story. So I go there, and all this stuff is literally like on the front lawn. On the front lawn, spilling out. And they were volunteers like throwing stuff, and they're just yelling and da-da-da-da-da. So I see this thing. First thing I get, right? It is by the same local artist. So I got not one, but 2 pieces of this woman's original art. So that one was $25. This one has a story with it. I'm not going to tell you the price just yet. I'm going to show you what else I bought. So I walk in to that was like outside, like in the yard. Then I walk inside and I find this. I don't know what it is, but it's original. It is, I know it's 8 pounds because I paid to have it shipped home. So anyway, I found this. If anybody knows what this type of art is called, this circle with this part, please let me know because I would love to Google it and find out more about it. Okay, so this is thrift store number 2. These are the 2 things I got, right? I walk in and the young lady working there says, did they tell you outside about the sale we're having? Ooh, no, they didn't. So she said, we're having a category sale for $5. I ask, what does that mean? And she said, pretty much like you buy the category for $5. And she's like, see those knickknacks over there? If you want one knickknack, it's $5. If you want all the knickknacks, it's also $5. If you want one shirt, it's $5. If you want all the clothing in the whole store, it's $5. And I was like, do people really do that? And she said, yeah, we get people that come in and they have, they might resell it at flea markets. They might be collectors. I had a different word for people that do that. But hey, whatever, whatever you floats your boat, go for it. So I said to her, well, I can't possibly do that because I have to fly home. And so I just picked out these two things that I wanted. And I said to her, so what if like I just want these two things? I don't want to buy the whole store. And she said, well, I'll just give you a price then. So I said, okay, well, these are the two things. What's my price? She hums and she haws and she hums and she haws. And she's like, can you do $5? And I was like, I can. Yes, I can. So for $5, I got this thing and that painting. Can you believe it? That might be a record for me for best bargain. So that was at thrift store number 2. And I'm trying to find, okay, that box is empty. I'm going to show you what else I bought at the first thrift store. It's really not anything big, but it's just to show you one more thing. I got a lot of peanuts. A lot of peanuts. Here we go. So, you know, I love my blue and white. So I got this at the first thrift store as well. So I paid $5 for that, which I just love. So that was Wyoming. So now you're probably thinking, this is great, Gina. How do you get it home? Well, before I went thrifting, I did a little research because you don't want to fall in love with anything or even waste a half of a day going thrifting on your vacation only to find out that you're either going to have to put this stuff in a suitcase or carry it on your lap or whatever. And believe me, I have carried a teapot on my lap from London to Philadelphia and it's not fun. So I thought I better figure out how I'm going to get this home before I fall in love with anything. So I found a shipping company in the town in Wyoming and literally I just took all this stuff in there and I said, please wrap it and ship it to my house. Now, we were out on a hike when she finally got everything wrapped up and packaged and she called me. She's like, I just want to give you, a heads up. I'm going to charge your credit card and some people are sticker shocked. And I had a rough idea in my head of what it was going to be. So it came to $200, which, you might be like, oh my gosh, Gina, that's crazy for your thrift store finds. Maybe it is. But listen, you can't even buy one original piece of art in a gallery for $200, let alone 2 paintings and a piece of pottery. So that's how I justify it. Plus my husband's hat got home safely. So that was really what I did and it was well worth it to me. So it's something for you to consider. It's something for you to look into if you ever want to go thrifting while you're on vacation. But it's how I get local original art for just like a fraction of the price of what you would pay in a gallery. So one more quick little thing that I bought this past week at the beach. Where did I put it? Here we go. So I'm redoing my office down in the basement. You guys will be seeing that little by little. So I went thrifting down at the beach and I got this little still life for $15. I don't know if you can see it, but it has glass. And this is either going to go in my kitchen or it's going to go in my new office downstairs. So you'll be seeing like all the painting and all of that happening in a little while as you go through the 100 days of our summer of success. So that's it, guys. I just want to give you a fun little video of what I thrifted for on vacation and how I'm going to use it and how I got it home. Have a great day and keep up the great work in your 100 days of success. And please drop me a message if you want to work one-on-one together or if you're interested in my new group that's going to be starting in September. That's for Christian women that want to prune away the stuff standing in the way of the woman that God's called you to be. So it's called Pruning to Prosper. We talk about decluttering, meal planning, and budgeting while figuring out what God's calling us to do. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I will have the link below for the in the description box for that. And that just gets you on the waiting list and the information. You're not committing to anything at this point. All right, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow with the 100 days. Take care. Bye-bye.